You are closer to your first million than you think, and the distance is measured less ingenious than in simple rules you can run on an ordinary weekday. You do not need a perfect market, a perfect boss, or a perfect past. You need 7 money secrets that turn messy days into steady compounding starting now. You have tried to save harder, budget tighter, and hustle longer, and you still felt like water slipped through your fingers. That does not mean you are broken. It means you have been playing a game without a clear playbook. You are about to leave with one you can execute in a single focused hour a day, even with family, shifts, and noise. You will not need a lucky break. You will need a small promise, proof that you can deliver, and a system that repeats. This is educational, not financial advice. Manage your own risk. The first secret is to build for one person, not the whole world. Wealth begins when you promise a specific, valuable outcome to a specific someone and deliver it consistently. You stop asking how to get rich and start asking what painful result you will remove this week. You collect 10 complaints from reviews, forums, and your own messages. Then you design a compact offer that fixes one of them within 7 days. You price the outcome, not your time. When Harry tried this, he stopped chasing random gigs. He picked a tiny arena, solved one repeating problem, and spoke only to the people who felt it. Because he aimed at one person, the right people finally heard him. You can do the same by shrinking your target until the promise feels almost unfairly clear. You might say you do not have the skills. You will borrow skills by learning in public. You choose the 3 tools that pros use in your target lane, you follow official tutorials, and you practice on volunteered cases until your hands remember what your eyes read. Then you publish what you did, how you did it, and what changed. Those artifacts become your first magnets. Harry did not feel ready, but his little proofs kept working while he slept. And that is the point. Proof that sells without you in the room. The second secret is income stacking, not job hopping. One stream is fragile. Aligned streams make your cash flow resilient. Phase 1, sell the weekly outcome to prove demand. Phase 2, turn your best method into a small product or template. Phase 3, add a maintenance retainer so happy clients stay happy. Phase 4, add a referral or affiliate lane so you get paid when someone else delivers value. You are not building 7 jobs. You are recycling one solution into several lanes that share the same audience, the same proof, and the same story. Harry stacked this way, and his calendar calmed down because every piece of his business pointed in the same direction. The third secret is buy assets before upgrades. The fastest way to delay wealth is to celebrate early. You create a spend floor that protects health, relationships, and focus, and you delay status. Purchases until you hit explicit net worth checkpoints. Meanwhile, you buy productive slices of the world through broad market funds. You hold a cash runway so surprises do not eject you from the game, and you invest modestly in your craft where returns are immediate. Harry used to upgrade first and invest later. Now he upgrades after he proves his savings rate, and asset growth for several months in a row. You can copy that rule and make lifestyle expansion a reward for systems, not a reaction to mood. The fourth secret is system compounding. Willpower is unreliable. Rules are reliable. You script how money moves the moment it arrives. A fixed percent goes to a freedom bucket that buys assets. Another percent flows to your runway bucket. A small slice funds joy so you do not rebel. You also script your week so you always know the next action. Prospect on one day, deliver on one day, build product on one day, handle admin on one day, learn on one day, rest on one day, and pour into relationships on one day. Harry used to leave these priorities to chance. Now his calendar tells him what to do before his feelings do, and the work gets lighter because decisions are already made. You might worry life will smash your schedule. It will sometimes. That is why the fifth secret is risk as a habit. You cap your downside and let upside breathe. You size experiments so a single miss cannot erase a month of progress. You avoid consumer debt for depreciating things. You collect deposits before deep work, and you deliver in milestones so cash gaps do not spiral. You write plain agreements, and you document promises. You refuse hot tips with money you cannot lose. Harry learned to count losses before he counted wins, and that change kept him in the game long enough for wins to matter. The sixth secret is taxes are a system, not a surprise. You treat every dollar like it belongs to 3 partners: you, your future, and your country. You skim a fair tax percent into a separate high-yield bucket every time money lands so spring feels like any other month. You track ordinary and necessary expenses while you work, not in a panic at year-end. You understand the difference between revenue and profit, so your pride does not shout louder than your math. You ask a professional once a year to review your setup. Harry used to fear tax season. Now he runs it like a process he already paid. The seventh secret is relationship capital compounds faster than cash. You shift from hunting to serving. You make one person successful every day. You write 3 line notes praising specific work. You introduce 2 people who should meet without asking for credit. You share distilled lessons instead of vague motivation. You build a tiny circle that tells you the truth. Warm introductions replace cold messages. Better projects arrive because you became useful without keeping score. Harry's biggest leaps came from quiet favours he gave months earlier, and yours will too if you keep helping without a calculator in your pocket. Let us make this real. Suppose you help local service websites convert more leads. You collect 10 reviews that complain about slow replies and confusing forms. You record a short walkthrough showing a fix that takes an afternoon. You send 10 personalised videos to businesses with that exact issue, each priced for a clear outcome delivered this week. 5 reply, 2 hire you. You deliver, collect proof and raise your average deal size. You turn your best checklist into a small product that sells without meetings. You offer a light retainer that keeps forms healthy and replies instant. You add a partner who installs your tool for a cut. You now have 4 aligned lanes created from one promise, not 4 different jobs. Midway through, you will face shiny detours. A friend swears by a quick trading system. A video glamorizes a car lease. A token doubles overnight. This is where your written rules save you. Your rules say buy assets before upgrades, size experiments that let you sleep, and stack aligned streams instead of scattered bets. Harry keeps his rules on paper, where he sees them each morning, because the brain loves stories that promise shortcuts. You will borrow that practice and let it steady your pulse when noise gets loud. Your daily rhythm will feel different. You will protect one silent hour when nobody can reach you. In that hour, you do the single action that moves money: pitching, fulfilling, or productizing. You end each day with a tiny log of what moved the needle. You track a few numbers you can influence, like outreach count, average deal size, margin, and asset contribution rate. You treat progress like a gym set. Small, honest reps win. Harry protects that hour like payroll because he knows the million arrives as the receipt for many days that looked ordinary. There will be setbacks, a client will ghost, a product will flop, a week will evaporate to family emergencies. Your power is your response. You do not add shame, you add structure. You refine your offer statement until a stranger can repeat it. You increase clarity in your pitch. You tighten delivery steps. You ask for a testimonial while the win is fresh. You raise your rate when your calendar is full. You lower complexity when fatigue creeps in. Harry once lost a large account and wanted to hide. Instead, he returned to the same 7 secrets, in the same order, and rebuilt his pipeline faster than the first time. Let us talk numbers without fantasy. You do not need perfection. You need volume, margin, and discipline. If you average 1 modest project per week at a fair margin, layer a small product that sells a few times per week, add 2 retainers in the next quarter, and keep your asset contributions automatic. You build a machine that inches forward, even when you are tired. As assets grow, dividends and appreciation add fuel. You feel the shift when your net worth moves without a client invoice. Harry felt it on a quiet morning when his accounts grew while he walked to the store. And that moment is closer for you than it feels today. You may worry about missing life while you chase money. You will not. You will buy time with systems. You will set boundaries that keep evenings mostly for people you love. You will say no to almost everything that is not your lane. You will plan rest like a professional, not like a martyr. You will move your body because energy is compound interest for attention. You will savor small joys on purpose, so you do not use shopping as therapy. Harry keeps Saturday sacred for friends and a long walk, and the quality of his decisions on Monday proves that rest is a strategy, not a luxury. If this resonates, share your 1-sentence offer in the comments so you remember it, and so someone who needs you can find you. That simple act makes you accountable to the person who needs your help most. Now capture your next 12 steps before momentum fades. Choose one painful outcome and the person you will help. Write one sentence that names the win in plain language. Draft the checklist to deliver it this week. Record one short explainer. Send 10 personalized pitches each weekday. Deliver and collect proof. Turn your best method into a tiny product. Offer a light touch retainer. Set automatic transfers to your freedom bucket, your runway bucket, and your joy bucket. Skim your tax percent immediately. Schedule 1 hour of protected work daily. Write your rules on paper and read them out loud each morning. You do not need permission or perfect timing. You need a narrow promise, a stacked model, an asset habit, a system that runs without drama, a risk habit, calm taxes, and generous relationships. You will build quietly, you will ship weekly, and you will wake up one day to realize your first million was not a miracle, but the compound result of months you already survived. If this lowered your pulse and raised your standards, subscribe and meet me for the next step, where we turn your offer into a pipeline you can run in one focused hour a day.